Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Maths with Gustin. Today, let's have a look at Prelim Paper 2. If you are from Northwest, let's have a look at what you wrote. And if you're practicing with this paper, let's have a look at how you could have gone about answering this question 5. Shout out to the guys in Northwest, the guys in Rustenburg, Tabane, Swazirenek, Zirast, Lihurutsi, Mahiking, Ngakamujrimoleme, Morokwing, Ramatlabama, the guys in Mahokwe, and then the guys all around Mahiking, Musiani View, Airport View, and then Ratlo, Freiberg, the guys at Morokwing, Khanyesa, and all the other places. Drop a comment and let me know where you're watching us from. Those are some of the places that I do remember from Northwest. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Gustin Mapala right here at Maths with Gustin. So now we're slowly going to look at what you guys wrote on question 5 in all the provinces. So please stay tuned if you want to compare what the question 5 on different provinces and how they ask questions thereof, so that when you write national, then you would know how they are tricking you when it comes to trigonometry. All right, so let's have a look at it. It said in the diagram below, line OP is given, and then you are given a point there, which is P, which is 4 and minus 5. So this is going to give us a line there, and then they give us, they said there's our angle there. They said, okay, calculate without the using of the calculator the numerical value of the following. Okay, we'll see that. So knowing very well, guys, with this one, you're also going to need a diagram, right? So now let's have a look at this. We have got our x here. It's equals to negative. No. This is our x is what is 4, and then our y there is negative 5. So we are left with r here. So let's go to Pythagoras theorem and then calculate the value of r, right? So Pythagoras theorem would say x squared plus y squared is equals to r squared. What is our x? Our x is 4 squared plus y, which is negative 5 all squared, is equals to r squared. So therefore r is going to be square root of 16 plus 25 when you put this in our calculator. So therefore this will give us r is equals to 41. Yeah, 41. There you go, guys. So our r value there will therefore be square root of 41. Great. Now let's go ahead and answer 5.1.1. right, 5.1.1 says sine I just want to make sure that you guys can see sine is squared in brackets 180 plus theta. I'm used to solving for x, 180 plus theta, guys. We know that on our Cartesian plane, 180 plus is in the third quadrant, and we know that this is our cast diagram. There you go. 180 plus is here on the third quadrant where tan is positive. So therefore this will give us negative is equals to negative sine squared theta. So sine is negative here. So now let's have a look at here on our diagram, where is sine is what is opposite. Sine is opposite of our hypotenuse, which is in this case is going to be negative 5. Hypotenuse is what? It's r, which is square root of 41. Therefore you square everything. Everything's supposed to be squared. Let me just make sure everything's supposed to be squared here, guys. Sine is positive here. Okay, so everything is supposed to be squared, so it means you square everything like that, squared. Okay, great stuff. So let's see, all squared, therefore it is going to give us an answer of 25 all over 41. Right, great stuff. So that's how you would deal with a question like this one. So now 5.1.2 says here we need to find tan negative theta all squared, right? Tan negative theta all squared, it means now in this case it's on a fourth quadrant, so on a fourth quadrant tan here will be negative, so it's going to be negative tan theta, right? So tan in terms of what is written here, it's given as what? Tan in terms of what is written here, it is given as opposite over adjacent, which is going to be negative 5 over adjacent, which is equals to 4, all close bracket. Negative times negative will give us positive. And that's your answer right there. Let me know what you guys think, if you're following or you're getting the same answers as me, or maybe I made a mistake somewhere. Let me know on the comment section below. If you're enjoying this video, please consider giving this video a like. It will help us to grow the channel. Right, so moving right along. All right, so 5.2 said without using a calculator, without the use of a calculator, the value of the following. Right, so they want us to deal with 5.2.1, says here cos 15. So guys, every time they give you something like this, always think of the special angles. Which two special angles you can add or subtract from each other will give you 15. There's a lot of them, but for me, for the purpose of this calculation, I have randomly chosen 60, which is the special angle, minus 45. If you minus the 2, you will see that you are going to get 15. So therefore, you're going to come and say, okay, equals to, then you do the compound angle here, cos 60 times cos 45. Right, so because it's cos, it will change the sign here, guys. If you are getting lost, also look at your formula sheet. But at this stage now where you are doing the prelim, you should be more or less familiar with this one. But if you're not, please check our lesson on trigonometry. I think we have done justice on trigonometry on this channel. We have got a lot of lessons, because we know that this is a troublesome when it comes to paper 2, especially if you don't pick it up while you're still in grade 10. It could be a little bit tedious when it comes to this one, right? So now let's have a look at cos 60. Cos 60 is half, and then cos 45, if you use a calculator, it will give you square root of 2 over 2, but they want us to write it like that. I think most of us were familiar with this by now. And then sine 60, square root of 3 over 2 times 45, 1, sine 45, 1 over square root of 2. So therefore, we multiply this together in our calculator. It should give us an answer of 1 plus square root of 3 all over 2 square root of 2. Great. Okay, so maybe you might have a different answer from this one. Please don't put it in decimals, but that doesn't mean that they won't make you right. Okay, right, so let's move on. 5.2.2. now we have got here, I'm just gonna continue from here, right? I'm not gonna copy the question as it is. We'll just continue here. Now cos 90 plus x. Cos 90 plus x, guys, we know that it, first thing first, we know that because it's a 90 plus or 90 minus, the ratio, which is cos, it will change to become sine x. But you need to decide whether it's negative or negative. We know that this is the tricky one. It's the tricky one that they love a lot. I have stressed this a lot, that whenever you see a 90 plus, it changes, but it becomes a negative here. The rest will just change and become, cos will become sine, sine will become cos, but it will stay positive. But only when it's cos 90 plus. This is the tricky one, guys. Each and every paper on a national paper in December 2025, you're going to find it. I'm going to say it again. In December 2025, you will find this one. They're going to try to trick you with this one, because it is the only one actually that they can use. There's no any other one that changes and gives us a negative sign. So please take note, even if it means you have to cram it, please do so. Right. Okay. So, and now if you are watching this and you are new in grade 12, please take note. Please take note. That's one thing that they will never let go of. Right. Okay, so 180 minus, it's in the second quadrant, where cos, let's come here. I always draw these guys because this is the only way you can get this thing right. Here it's 180 minus, here it's 180 plus, and then therefore 360 minus x, and yeah, so forth. Okay, so now this is, second quadrant, cos is negative, so therefore this should be negative cos x. All right, here 180 plus, it's on the third quadrant, cos is negative, so it's going to be cos squared x. And then 180 minus second quadrant, so it's going to be tan negative x. Right, so all the negatives will disappear. In this case, we're gonna be left with negative, and negative is gone. Cancel one cos here, it will cancel this cos there. Okay, so let me see what we're left. We're left with sine x at the top. Negative and negative is gone. So here at the bottom, we're going to be left with cos x times, let's change this tan into something like that. Okay, great stuff. Okay. So it means now here I'm gonna be left with cos and cos would cancel out, so I'm gonna be left with sine over sine would cancel out, so the answer will therefore be 1. Oh, interesting one. Okay, and then that's it for this one, guys. Let's move on to 5.3. Let me know if you're following. If you're not following, also leave a comment, and then I'll try my best to assist you and respond to all your comments. And don't forget, let us know where you're watching us from, guys. I would like to see how many of you guys watching us from Northwest. If you're in a different province and you want to see your paper here being analyzed, the question that troubled you the most before you write your final exam, or you are in grade 11, now you're in grade 12, you are seeing this video, you're like, okay, no, I had trouble with this 2026 one. Let me know. I will definitely do the question for you and dedicate that question to you as well. Right, 5.3 we're given the sign 2. Okay, 5.3.1, they are saying we need to prove this identity. Okay, so now just gonna sine 2 theta plus 2 cos theta minus 2 cos 3 theta all over 1 plus sine theta. Okay, guys, we're taking it from the left hand side. We need to prove the right hand side. So now here we go. Great stuff. So we're gonna start by changing this one, as we can see that is changeable. So it's gonna give us 2 sine theta times cos theta plus, right, so if you can see here, there's nothing that we can do, just gonna leave it as it is. Okay, 3 then all over 1 plus sine theta. Here we go again. Right, so now if you have a look at this here, okay, if you have a look at this here, we can take out a common factor. Okay, what do I see here? I see we have got a sine there. Okay, we've got cos here, we've got cos here, we've got cos here. So what I see now, I see a common factor of 2 cos theta. Okay, so if I remove 2 cos theta here, I'm going to be left with the sine theta. And then here, if I remove 2 cos here, it's just going to be plus 1. Oh, okay, this should be in the big bracket. Yes. Okay, So now if we remove here another 2 cos, we're only going to be left with 2 cos squared theta, all in a bracket, divided by this 1 plus sine theta there. Okay, I hope I'm not getting lost here. Okay, let's see. That 1 minus there can give us sine. 1 minus cos can give us sine squared. But how will that help us? That won't help us at all. Okay. That won't help us at all. All right. Let me track back here a little bit, guys. I'm kind of like getting lost. Let's go back. I think I'm making a mistake here. I'm rushing. Okay, let me not rush. Let me not rush. Okay, so now, okay, let me just deal with this one step by step, guys. So 1 plus sine theta. Here we're gonna have sine theta, then cos theta, because I'm looking at something that would cancel with the bottom here. That is always the trick when it comes to identities of trigonometry. So now what can I take out? Let me see here. I can take out 2 cos as a common factor. Here I've got 2 cos here. I also got 2 cos there. So 2 cos theta as a common factor is going to give us 1 minus, remember here is 3, eh? So now we took out 1, so we're going to be left with cos squared theta. Okay, great stuff. So moving right along, I think now we're looking quite good. Now I see what I did wrong initially. Okay, there you go, guys. Not the best line in the world, but you guys get it. Okay, so now what we can do here, as it is 2 cos 2 sine theta cos theta plus 2 cos theta, this will be sine here sine theta, close bracket, 1 plus sine theta. Okay, now we're looking good. So now what I can do now, I can finally take out okay, remember this is sine squared, sorry guys, sine squared there. Now I can take out these as a common factor. Great. So let me come here quickly and say the common factor that I see, what is common here, it's 2 sine cos. It's common in everything. Remember, this is 2 sine. I've got a 2 here and a 2 here, so it's common. I take it out. Sine and the sine here is common, so I took out as well. A cos and a cos here is also common, therefore hence I took it out. So now when I remove 2 sine cos here, I'm left with 1 plus, and then when I remove 2 sine and a cos, I'm gonna be left with 1 sine. Remember what I said, guys? The trick here is that you are looking for something at the top to cancel with what is at the bottom. As you've seen there, I initially made a little bit of a mistake there, so I quickly saw it so that it can be easy for us to be able to deal with this one. So now the bottom always gives us a clue. So now as you can see, 1 plus sine would cancel out. 1 plus sine would cancel out, therefore we are left with this, which it can also be changed, to sine 2 theta, which is equals to the right hand side. Okay, so that is how you deal with this one. So yeah, took us a bit of a time there, but it's fine, guys. We did what we can do. Please let me know what you think. All right, 5.3.2, it says that for which values of theta in the interval negative 360, 360 is the identity undefined. So now you just have to say, okay, it will be undefined if you are dividing by 0. So the only way to do this is to equal the denominator must be equal to 0. That's how you would deal with this one. So therefore, you're going to come here and then solve for this 0. Okay, so -1. Therefore, you go and look for the answer undefined. Where is sign -1? So you're going to come here and say sign shift -1. Therefore, you should get an answer of -90, and then also the other one, or excuse me, or the other one will be theta is equals to 270. Okay, so that's the two answers where the identity will be undefined. Right, so let's move on to 5.4. 5.4 says calculate the maximum value of this expression here. So the maximum value, remember guys, minimum and maximum, what are they referring to? They are referring to a function. So you know the function of cos is something like that. Okay, so where here is going to be -1. So now if that's the case, 4/2, this will reach minimum or maximum when x is -1. Right, so you will just come here and put -1. Where there is cos x, you'll put -1. Therefore, you need to solve. The fraction is going to be 4/1, where the answer is equals to 4. So therefore, it means in this case, this will reach maximum at 4. And that was Northwest paper, prelim, paper 2, question 5, grade 12. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next one, where we'll be doing the same question 5, but for a different province. See you then.